From high-speed pursuits to deadly confrontations, these are the real events that unfolded on our streets. Watch closely. Every second counts. Subscribe for the latest updates on major incidents. 50-year-old Joseph Navarro, wanted for aggravated assault, was spotted near the 13,400 block of Baltimore Avenue in Chicago. When officers moved in, he jumped into a vehicle and fled, igniting a dangerous high-speed chase through multiple neighborhoods and into Hammond, Indiana. Despite repeated orders to stop, the pursuit ended in gunfire. Navarro was critically injured and later died at the hospital. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Fortunately, both officers avoided serious injury. What began as an effort to bring a suspect to justice ended in tragedy, a stark reminder that fleeing with a weapon only magnifies the danger for everyone: the suspect, the officers, and the community caught in the middle. Houston, Texas, August 7th, 2024. Officers responding to a trespassing call at a gas station on North Freeway approached two men. One was released with a warning, but the other had an active arrest warrant. During a search, officers found a hidden handgun in his waistband. When they moved to arrest him, he resisted violently and reached for the weapon. Despite repeated commands to stop, he refused. Fearing for their safety, an officer fired, striking the suspect. He later died at the hospital. No officers were injured. What began as a routine call became a deadly confrontation, a reminder that refusing to surrender and reaching for a weapon can turn seconds into tragedy. April 10th, 2023. On Interstate 5, Officer Andrew Tuttle pulled over to help what appeared to be a disabled semi-truck. Instead of a stranded driver, he found Felipe Manzo aiming a gun at passing cars. When Manzo saw the officer, he bolted into the grass, sparking a deadly standoff. Ignoring commands, Manzo suddenly turned and opened fire. Tuttle dove into a ditch, narrowly dodging bullets, as a green laser from Manzo's gun targeted his head. A fierce gunfight erupted. Even after being shot, Manzo kept advancing until Tuttle reloaded and fired the final round. Fired the final round, ending the threat. A retired deputy arrived by chance to help secure the scene. Manzo died with his laser-equipped weapon still glowing. Miraculously, Officer Tuttle survived, and no one else was hurt. Baltimore, Maryland, 1:25 p.m., May 12, 2025. Police encountered 26-year-old G. Mark Howell acting erratically in the 4600 block of York Road. As officers approached, Howell fled with a firearm. Ignoring commands to stop, he fired 2 shots at a patrol vehicle, forcing officers to return fire. Once the scene was secure, officers rendered medical aid and called EMS. A semi-automatic handgun with an extended magazine was recovered nearby. Howell was transported to the hospital but did not survive. If no officers were injured, the incident remains under investigation, with body-worn camera footage to be reviewed as part of standard protocol. Hartford, Connecticut, 8:15 p.m., November the 30th, 2024. Police responded to reports of gunfire at 7303 Maple Avenue. The suspect, 48-year-old Alexander Guray, allegedly fired a weapon before fleeing. Street Crimes Unit officers soon located his vehicle and began surveillance. Garrett crashed at Broad Street in West Preston. Ordered to comply, he refused. A taser deployment failed, and when officers saw he was armed, they demanded he drop the weapon. He resisted, prompting an officer to fire 2 shots. Struck and given medical aid, Jarrett was transported to the hospital in critical but stable condition. He now remains in custody, facing charges for assaulting a police officer. The incident is a stark reminder of how quickly danger escalates, and how every second counts when confronting armed resistance. Tacoma, Washington, August 8th. A suspect wanted for firing from a moving vehicle and twice eluding police was spotted again, sparking a high-speed pursuit down Pacific Street. This time, the chase ended in capture. Officers recovered a stolen vehicle and a firearm, both tied to the case. The suspect now faces a long list of charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, unlawful firearm possession, DUI, evading police, and possession of stolen property. His bail for the assault charge alone was set at more than $750,000, sending a clear message about the cost of violent crime. Independence County, Arkansas, September 4th, 2023. A state trooper stationed along the highway received word of a speeding gray vehicle and moved to intercept. Before he could engage, tragedy struck. A motorcyclist, 59-year-old Michael Owens, suddenly turned left across the road into the trooper's path. With no time to brake, the trooper swerved, but the collision was unavoidable. The impact flipped the patrol car, destroyed the motorcycle, and scattered debris across the highway. Owens died at the scene. The trooper, injured and shaken, was released from the hospital the next day. What began as a routine pursuit ended in sudden, heartbreaking loss. Brooklyn, New York, night of March 7th, 2021. Police responded to a domestic violence call involving a reportedly armed and unstable man. NYPD units moved quickly, bracing for a dangerous confrontation. As officers reached the stairs, the suspect suddenly drew a gun and opened fire. Chaos erupted. Police fired 23 rounds, while the suspect returned 3, injuring 4 officers. Thick gun smoke forced officers to retreat for cover. The suspect, Rashid, was ultimately subdued and arrested. He now faces serious charges. The incident stands as a stark reminder of the dangers officers face when firearms and mental health crises collide. Bowie, Maryland, morning of September 12, 2024. Sergeant Robert Warrington stopped along Collington Road to assist a man who appeared stranded. What began as a routine encounter quickly turned alarming. As the man bent down to retrieve his windblown hat, Warrington suddenly opened fire. The man was struck but survived. Despite showing no signs of threat, the shooting sparked public outrage and concern. After an investigation, Warrington was indicted for second-degree attempted murder. The case raises serious questions about use of force decisions, judgment under pressure, and how an innocent gesture can be mistaken for a deadly threat. Pooler, Georgia, December 21st, 2021. Officers spotted a stolen vehicle near Tanger Outlets Boulevard. When they attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to pull over, sparking a high-speed chase. The suspect drifted out of control but regained traction, pushing speeds near 100 miles per hour. Recognizing the danger, Pooler PD called in the Georgia State Patrol, and the pursuit intensified as the suspect tore through roads at reckless speeds, endangering the public. It ended when a trooper executed a Piety maneuver, spinning the suspect's car, followed by a decisive ram that disabled it completely. The driver tried to flee on foot but was quickly caught and taken into custody without further incident.